There's two types of collabs in the hip-hop world. The ones that we've always wanted to happen, and the ones that should have been happened. Latter. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. We got another album review today, and we're going to be talking about the debut album from two of the most legendary fixtures in hip hop today, past, present, and also in the future. They finally come together to do an album, and they got a name. DJ Premier, Royce the 5'9". They're called PRhyme. So is the album PRhyme. Self-titled. Now, PRhyme is the collaborative group name, like I said, between legendary New York producer DJ Premier and veteran Detroit MC Royce the 5'9". Now, for those who aren't familiar with either of them, I'll give you a little rundown. DJ Premier, like I said, is one of the most legendary hip-hop producers of all time. He's produced from everybody from Nas all the way to the new cats like Joey Badass and everybody in between, and he is just one of probably the top 10, the top 5 producers of all time. He's got numerous amounts of hits, and he was also one half of the legendary hip-hop group Gang Starr with his partner in crime Guru, who unfortunately passed away a few years back. But DJ Premier has been doing work in the hip-hop field for a long time, 20 plus years, more than that, I don't know, a long fucking time. He's got OG status. And Royce the 5'9" has been in the game for about 15 years. He's, like I said, an MC from Detroit, and he's most known to be affiliated with Eminem. They came up together, you know, and actually they had a little bit of a falling out a few years back, and Royce kind of went his own way when Eminem started to get bigger. But all that's been squashed, and now they're back to, you know, together, working together. And they got their own group called Bad Meets Evil, where they actually released an album a few years ago that did very well. He's also one quarter of the lyrical powerhouse group Slaughterhouse with Joel Ortiz, Crooked Eye, and Joe Budden. And, of course, half of PRhyme now. He does a lot of the group thing, apparently, Royce the 5'9". So this album is sort of an album that kind of came out of not really nowhere, but it kind of spawned from an idea with Slaughterhouse. The idea was supposed to be a Slaughterhouse like EP or mixtape that's all done by DJ Premier, but unfortunately all 4 of the guys couldn't get together to do it, so it kind of morphed into a DJ Premier Royce the 5'9" album, and they entitled it PRhyme after, you know, I think the first or second song that they did, actually the first song I think they did was called PRhyme, and that's where the name came from. Now let's talk about the album. The first thing I want to touch on is the production itself. Now, of course, it's going to be great because DJ Premier is all on the production. He's doing the whole thing. But one unique thing what makes it even more special is that they sampled only Adrian Young's work. Now, for those who aren't familiar with who Adrian Young is, he's another producer and a musical composer. He's done work with Ghostface Killah. He did work on the Wu-Tang album. He even did the entire music for the movie Black Dynamite. Adrian Young does a lot of work, you know, in the hip-hop and actual movie field and a whole bunch of other things. He makes a real cinematic sound. So they actually are using his original compositions, and DJ Premier is actually using them and making hip-hop beats off of that. So he's only sampling Adrian Young's work throughout this entire project, which is really dope. And it also shows a new light of Premier, because most people who listen to DJ Premier, they kind of know what kind of beats and what kind of sound he has. He has a real traditional boom-bappy type sound. But in this one, seeing as he's, you know, sampling Adrian Young's work, which is a more cinematic and a more, you know, more wide range sound, you actually get to see Premier, you know, messing around with different instruments and different sounds, and it actually turns out real well. And the production on this shit is fucking crazy. This shit's hard. Like, Premier showed his ass, and I gotta give my hats off to him because he did his damn thing. And whatever parts of Adrian Young's music he got some of the best shit, because these beats on here are amazing. Now, on the flip side, Royce. If you've never listened to Royce the 5'9", he is a lyrical fucking beast. Like, not even gonna sugarcoat it. This dude can spit. He has never said anything whack. I've never heard a whack or a garbage or a junk line from Royce the 5'9", ever. This dude can spit with the best of them, and I'm telling you right now, he is not slacking on this album. From the start to the end, this nigga is going off all day. He is on 10. And even within all that dope lyricism that Royce brings, he still manages to tap into a little bit of his personal side on this record as well. From, you know, dealing with his sobriety, from his alcoholism that he's been doing for 2 years, to, you know, having to deal with, you know, being, you know, newly, like, famous, well, as famous as he's been now more than ever in his career, you know, dealing with the random women he deals with while also being married and being unfaithful to his wife and all that other stuff that he goes through. You get all that on the album, so you get different sides of it, but at the same time, you still get that pure lyricism and everything about it, which makes it just dope on Royce's part that he's able to just tap into those different things while still giving you a solid product all the way through the record, and he delivered. And the production on here with it fits so well. It's like they had that perfect chemistry, and they've always had it for years, and now it just shows it even more. It's like even with time, they've just gotten better working together, Royce and Premier. Now, I would just tell you right now what my top 5 tracks are, but here's the problem. There is no top 5 tracks because this whole goddamn album is hard. It is on point from start to finish. And the problem with that is it's only 9 songs. So my only problem with this album is it's too fucking short for me. Like, you guys could have gave me like 2, 3, 7 more songs. I would have appreciated that shit because this shit is fucking crazy. Like, I don't even, like, I felt like I need more PRhyme. We need more PRhyme. We need PRhyme too. Y'all better do it. I swear to God. I'm just saying that. Like, there's nothing on this album that I said I hated. I like everything. Even the features, and they have a lot of features. I'm not usually used to, you know, having a lot of features and liking an album because I don't like it taking away from the actual artist. But here, they all work. They got Ab-Soul, Mac Miller, Schoolboy Q, Jay Electronica, Common, Killer Mike, Slaughterhouse, Dwele, all of them do their thing on here, every single one. And I'm not a fan of all those artists, but when they showed up on this album, they showed their ass and they came to fucking perform and spit and rhyme. And everyone on whatever track they were on, as far as the guest features, they did their thing. They fit well, and it was just nothing was off. Everything was on. I could say that probably my favorite track, I don't even have a favorite track. It's the whole album's my favorite, but I do like Underground Kings. That shit gets me fucking hype. I love that record with Killer Mike and Schoolboy Q. That fucking record is dope. But at the same time, you should know with Dwele is like one of the most like dopest beats from Premier I've ever heard in my life. The shit's hard. Shit's fucking hard, okay? That's all I can say. It's fucking dope. Nothing bad. Fucking amazing. DJ Premier, Royce the 5'9", PRhyme is just the greatest thing that has came out this month, and this is one of the best records to drop this year, and they got it right in at the end of the year. This is like the best, one of the best groups albums I've heard. I've heard a lot of group albums been coming out between, you know, producer, MC, but this one here, and it's only 9 tracks. It's not even, it's a little over a half hour long, but it's just like, this is the rapper's album. This is just for the person who likes to hear people just spitting crazy lines and just being dope. It's not real deep. It's no real concept. It's just Premier and Royce, dope beats, dope rhymes. That's all it is, and that's all it needs to be. This is what they do best, is they just give you that fucking dope shit. And PRhyme as an album is just flawless. Like, music-wise, they sampled the right person. They had the right producer to sample the right person. They had the right MC on top of the beats that the producer sampled from the right person. You know what the fuck I'm saying. PRhyme is the shit. So, what else do I have to say? But this album is fucking hard. Nothing. Album is fucking hard. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that PRhyme, the group, and the album is fucking hard. All I'm saying is, you know what? Fuck it. This album is hard. Everything about this album is crazy. Beats, rhymes, features, samples, all that shit. Put in a ball. It's PRhyme and it's hard. Pause. I don't care. But this fucking shit is just dope. You need this album. This is a hip-hop album that you have to hear. If you want to hear somebody spitting constantly for a half hour and then other people coming in and spitting and just a whole bunch of dope everything, I can't even. Granddad approved, goddammit. Just fucking Granddad approved. Granddad approved. That's all I gotta say. Alright? Fuck it. PRhyme is the shit. Go get it right now. Buy this album. You better buy this shit because it is worth every penny. Literally, every penny. And next album, PRhyme, give me at least like 11, 12 songs. Because like 9's not enough. Not for what y'all was putting up. This is like straight up just. Album's hard. Flip it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of PRhyme, the group, and the album. Like I said before, you got to check this album out if you haven't. This shit is fucking hard. I can't even give you a quotable. Like, the whole damn thing is quotable. Everything is crazy. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'll give it my verdict. But go get the shit. Go buy it. Support them. They deserve it. They put in a great body of work. And I'm waiting for PRhyme 2. So Premier, Royce, start working on that shit like right now. Like if you see this video, like right after this video, go to the studio and make like more PRhyme songs. And then put the album out like soon. Alright? That's all I'm asking for. Previous videos on the side, as well as my single. Go ahead and check those out, showing some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, links in the description below, and subscribe. Button on the screen, button below, Woolly Reviews, twice a week. You know what it is. So until next time, I take my leave. Granddad, PRhyme, the group and the album, shit's crazy. I'm gonna go listen to it right now again. I'm out of here.